Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want. Thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Ulysse Nardin Dual Time, 42mm in polished 18-karat rose gold. You can purchase this Ulysse Nardin Dual Time on our website, watchyouwant.com. And if you like these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Now, 42mm with gorgeous full-figured lugs, a beautiful domed bezel, 18-karat rose gold. The watch sits securely on a small wrist. My wrist is 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, and you really get a sense of this watch's height from looking at just how pared down and hunkered it is on my wrist. Now, it's only about 11.5 millimeters thick, so it's nice and compact, and with that domed bezel and the curved case flank, you're going to have no trouble fitting this watch under any kind of tough sleeve or dress cuff. This is an excellent match for formal attire. Now, the watch is beautifully built, and it has nice pronounced character lines on these gorgeous flowing and full lugs. Normally when a watch is 42mm or larger, it becomes fairly sensitive to the size and the span of its lugs. On a smaller wrist, a watch that has both a big case and broad stretched lugs can be difficult to wear, but that's not the case here. As you can see, my wrist easily accommodates it from every angle. The fit looks right, and subjectively I can tell you it feels right. And what I really enjoy is the pull, the substance of that precious metal so nicely distributed on my wrist. It's not enough to be uncomfortable, but this is a heavy watch with heavy forms, full lugs and broad flanks, and it wears like a big chunk of gold. Again, not enough to put me off, not enough to be disturbing, but a real pleasure. The pleasure that comes with wearing something prestigious, fine, and exquisite. And a big part of that mass comes down to a very high quality, very substantial Ulysse Nardin twin trigger deployant, in fact double deployant clasp. Look at the finish of that. This is not an afterthought stamping. Every element of this is almost sculpted, beautifully finished, with the UN initials inset. Even that inner satin finished surface is deliberately finished with a polished surround and polished UN initials. Everything here has been thought out and artistically rendered, not merely engineered or machined. This is a beautiful piece, and because it is so almost skeletal, so gossamer, it manages to recreate the low profile of a traditional elegant pin buckle, and yet not only do you get the convenience and security that comes with a deployant clasp and the ergonomic ease that comes with a twin swing arm double deployant, but you do get that twin trigger security for an additional measure of insurance. So it's not friction fit, it can't simply open. Please excuse that little bit of flamboyance there. Now I want to talk about the watch itself because it has a character that is 100% Ulysse Nardin. There is something about this continuity. All of the dual time big dates, the GMT plus minuses, they have very expressive lugs, broad crown guards, prominent rounded pushers, and dials that are both memorably Ulysse Nardin but also timelessly proportioned, beautifully detailed. You can see that there is a sort of guilloche sunburst, but not radiating out from the center, rather radiating out from the small seconds at 6 o'clock. This sort of off-center sunburst is dramatic, different, and I think it really adds an important artistic element to the watch, because by allowing these special guilloche elements to radiate out farther, you see them develop wider. Their striations become more apparent, and they become a focal point, almost a rising sun style effect on the dial. Silvered, it's highly reflective, and with that metallic sheen, it really adds a layer of texture, of definition, of character to the face of this watch, which, if simply silver and unadorned with any additional elements, might have come across as a little bit chilly or austere. Not so. Now the applied elements, all hand-applied rose gold, nicely complement the guilloche. They have a depth to them, they have a luster. Every single one of these indices is faceted, so from different angles it will reflect light differently, much like the guilloche itself. The indices are designed to play with the ambient light, ensure this watch has a dynamic, not a static dial. Likewise, the frame of the second time zone at 9 o'clock and the applied Ulysse Nardin anchor logo are rose gold. It's a nice consonant look that blends in nicely with the indices, but it also speaks to the quality invested in this dial, the case, the clasp. Everything about this has been well thought out and expensively rendered. This is not a cost-cutting watch by any means. Ulysse Nardin gives you a very deluxe package. it is fully loomed. As a watch with more of a dress style than sporting aspirations, the watch is remarkably legible at night. Now, I've looked at it in the dark, and the nice thing about it is not only does it have these immense broadsword-style loomed hands, but every single hour is individually loomed, so there's no doubt about what time it is, at least local reference time. Because I will admit the second time zone is not illuminated, but it is very thoughtfully configured. Now, you'll notice that using the famed Ulysse Nardin plus-minus pushers, you can set the central time rapidly as you travel through time zones, so your reference time can be quickly adjusted without displacing the minute, without affecting the second time zone. Effectively, your local time is adjusted by the plus-minus function, and then your reference time or your home time, which is displayed in a 24-hour format, is always accessible. True, you can only see the local time in dark, but the bottom line is with a watch that's this user-friendly, with usage that's this convenient, some compromises may have to be made. Not many, though, because the date is a double-digit, distinctive Ulysse Nardin tradition that actually stretches back to the mid-1990s. It was 1995 when we first saw both of these complications together in a Ulysse Nardin watch. I believe back then it debuted on the San Marco series, and since then the combination of the plus-minus dual time actuators and the big date have become something of a company standard, a company tradition, just like the Freak, just like the Marines. This is very much part of the fabric of the modern Ulysse Nardin manufacture. A beautiful watch, beautifully made. It is Ulysse Nardin's own case, which is quite impressive because manufacturing the case themselves, you can see what they actually are made of. From a value standpoint, they don't hold back. They give you a lot of gold. They give you complex stampings, and they give you gorgeous elements like this double deployant clasp, which is even gorgeous when viewed from below. Again, nothing is held back here to make this watch beautiful, looking beautiful, feeling exquisite, and quite durable, featuring an ETA automatic winding base movement with Ulysse Nardin's own big date dual time complication module. There's a lot of content in here, but if you want a basic tractor to pull along a durable sports watch, you want an ETA based caliber. Ulysse Nardin elaborates them to artisanal levels. Remember, the original Trilogy of Time series from Ludwig Oxlin, that was built on ETA based calibers, so Ulysse Nardin and ETA has been a match made in heaven. And quite frankly, I don't think anyone has taken the calibers as far as UN has over the years. Also 100-meter water resistant. Although this has the look of a formal watch, we already explained that it has the beating automatic heart of a sports watch movement, as well as the water resistance of a sports watch. This will go toe-to-toe with your twin-lock oysters from Rolex, like the GMT Master 2 or the Explorer 2. So it is quite a versatile watch. Now, I don't know if you would want to put this watch on a rubber or textile strap, but the bottom line is the capability is there should you want it. A tough movement, an original complication, a beautifully made case and clasp, and a memorable ultra-high quality dial. The Ulysse Nardin Dual Time, formerly known as the Ulysse Nardin GMT Plus or Minus series, represents an outstanding only watch if you can only have one watch. This is a rugged watch like a sports watch. This is an elegant watch like a dress watch. This is a complicated watch. This is a reliable watch, and because it has been part of the Ulysse Nardin family of complications for so long, it's even something of an icon of the company to this day. You can see this Ulysse Nardin Dual Time 42mm in 18 karat rose gold on our website, watchyouwant.com.